episode of KEW Live. This is now the third time we've had to go live, and we're going to have to check that we're broadcasting now. This is now the third time we've had to go live. We did just have a system error there that caused the PlayStation to crash. Back in the action now, though, and try and do our best to, if we can't stitch these together, at least put them up in multiple parts, or we'll just put up whatever is the best. You can see here, it's the Spyclops and the Witch Mother locked in it. The Spyclops, of course, back from the injury. The Witch Mother, though, working the knees that, of course, she injured only a few months ago now. The Spyclops back having the surgery on his knees to replace the damage that was done by the Witch Mother. And the Witch Mother now doing the damage to the Spyclops. She was scheduled to... Oh, spear there! She was scheduled to take on two Jeans. Hooks the leg, does the Spyclops. 1, 2... Oh, I thought it was going to be a 3. The last moment, the Witch Mother gets her shoulder up. As you can see, he was scheduled to take on Dude Jeans. He's ready for another spear. Here is the Spyclops trying to put the Witch Mother away. And another spear, and surely that's going to do it now. Hooks the leg of the Witch Mother for a measure of revenge for the Spyclops. 1, 2, 3, and there it is. As I said, the Witch Mother was scheduled to take on two Jeans. The Spyclops replaced her at the last minute. They fought for a few minutes on the outside to get things kicked off. But there we go. You can see he's happy with that one. The Witch Mother will not be happy. She'll be going back to the rest of the coven saying, "This is what I get for not bringing you out with me." And you can see there, the Men of Science, they look like they might be a tag team to be feared, and could be one that could come out of nowhere here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I've had a few issues recently with some of the other tag teams going on. We'll move on to our next match for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. And it is a tables match. This one a very special custom match here, ladies and gentlemen. It's an iron table match. It'll be the man who puts the other one through the most amount of tables within 15 minutes. We'll have to see how we get on here. This is a new format for the KEW, ladies and gentlemen. Something that's not been seen before. And here comes the Skeleton King, making his way to the arena. Marky ready with that chair, ready to deliver it to Benji's head should the tables not be enough. And of course, Mark and Benji have been at each other since the first go, really, in the KEW. Once their tag team fell apart, since then it's been bitter and heated. We saw them, of course, finish last season one-on-one. Mark unable to secure the title from Benji. Benji has since then lost the title to Tanj. That's not stopped Mark in his vicious and vindictive attacks on Benji, trying to take him out wherever possible. And this one, of course, we thought we'd put this behind them, but during the Elimination Chamber match at the Trouble in Tanjtown pay-per-view, we of course saw Benji speared by the CEO, and whilst he was being counted out, or he was chokeslams, I can't remember who took Benji out. Somebody took Benji out. Whilst Benji was being pinned, the CEO set up the spear and speared the life out of Marky whilst he was busy watching Benji getting pinned. And since then, Mark has said that it's all Benji's fault that he was eliminated from the chamber. If he wasn't so crap and didn't get eliminated first, then he wouldn't have been distracted, busy laughing at how terrible he was. And since then, Red Ranger Benji has taken personal offence to that, and now he's here and ready to do the damage to him. He said he's had enough of him mocking him from the shadows. It's time to put his money where his mouth is. Put it in a tables match. Let's finish this one. I'm done with you now, you horrible little troll. I'm ready to move on. These are the words from social media, ladies and gentlemen. Benji looking to hopefully be done once and for all with Mark, and I'm sure Mark will feel the same with Benji, and both of these men will want to go back after the KW title if possible. Straight out of the gates there, Mark knocking Benji down. Down goes Benji again. It appears as well we only have a 5-minute timer. I thought it was 15, but it's only 5, ladies and gentlemen. That's a curiosity we'll have to look into. This one's going to be fast and frantic then. Hurricanrana down goes Benji. It might be a stalemate here. I'm not so sure 5 minutes is enough for either of these men to get someone through a table, but Mark's looking to do early damage here. Big drop kick there, and surely he's got to look to try and get Benji out of the ring and through a table within the next sort of 30 seconds to a minute here. Big kick from Benji though, gets Mark off from the initial assault, and now Mark goes after Benji. Oh, Benji spins him around at a big knee straight into the guts, a little stomp to the chest, of course, wearing the red plaid. The plaid, of course, the nasty move here from Benji, it looks like. Look at this, he's bent the arm round the back and he's got it pinned down. Oh, stomping on the wrist. Sorry, I was distracted there for a minute by the nasty looking move from Benji, trying to perhaps snap the wrist of Mark. Goes out on the ring now, looking for the table, the first table in the match here, ladies and gentlemen. Folds the legs in and slides it into the ring. Now Mark goes after him on the outside, but Benji's in the ring with a table saying bring it, and he's too distracted here, and Mark's going to get the time to springboard off the ropes. Oh, but misses completely and hits the table. And I'll go back to the plaid now. The plaid, of course, a Morpurgo family tradition. His brother as well dons the yellow plaid for the safety men, and Benji donning the red plaid for the Red Ranger here. Under Mo's Mark, and over he goes now, and a big drop kick there, dropping Benji face first onto the table. And surely one of these two men has got to make use of that table in the ring sooner rather than later. And here we go, Mark going after the table just as we said, and now delivering it to the face of Benji. And look at that, he's shocked. His mouth was aghast there, had his little mouth split open as he couldn't believe the damage he'd done. A little shoulder charge there, and not the sunset flip off the edge. Oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be through the table. Clipped the edge of it though. Very lucky there is Benji. Into the barricade he goes on the outside. Good moves here from Mark, and a little drop kick. Oh, it looked like he might have missed it there actually. Benji managing to get out of the way just in time. And delivers a running drop kick of his own straight into Mark's face here. 2 minutes 41 left on the clock here, ladies and gentlemen, and like I said, I'm not so sure we're going to get a resolution here. Oh, shot to the edge of the ring there, and a big kick from Benji. A 5-minute time limit might not be enough for either of these two men to get one or the other through the table. Neck breaker there on the outside, but Mark springs back to his feet, only for Benji to continue his assault here. And big snap suplex there. This one less of a tables match and more of just a brawl on the outside. Now Benji goes for the table shot, misses it, and Mark gets the shot into the ankle, dislodging the table from Benji. This is a issue with the format here, ladies and gentlemen. We might have to look to extend time limits in the future as the table goes flying away. I thought Benji again could have been in trouble there and could have been through the table. That ring post is dangerously poised if Mark wants to make the most of that. He's taking his time to try and get Benji in the ring here though. Rolls him into the ring. 1 minute 50 left on the clock here, and Mark picks up the table but too slow as Benji gets a hold of him now. Big shot to the guts, and again drops him face first on top of that table that's skittering around in the ring. Benji now tries to get the table up, and Mark up into the top corner here off the ropes. Drop kicks Benji as he's holding the table, trying to maybe kick the table into him and kick him through it, and again trying to kick him into the table here. Now picks the table up, and is he going to look to assemble the table, or is he just going to deliver it to Benji's face? Misses the opportunity to, as Benji back into the ring with some swift kicks now, and big kick to the spine, driving Mark down to the floor. He's slow back to his feet, and has the table launched in his back here. Now picking up the table is Benji, and again trying to launch the table at him. Neither man here seems confident about what to do with the table. Big shot to the leg there, and this was my concern with this format, is that the AI wouldn't be able to handle what the format was throwing down for it. Out of the ring goes Mark. 57 seconds left now. Benji, desperate to get after the table, has a table but doesn't look like he knows what to do with it. Sets it up in the ring, but he can't get it in the right position, and he's now pushed it out of the ring. This is a sad sight to see, ladies and gentlemen. Two classic wrestlers here being let down by the AI in the format. Over the steps goes Mark, and gets a table to the face. 35 seconds remaining here. Neither man is going to get either one through a table, it looks like, in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Into the steps goes Benji. Perhaps this format needs to be changed to a 2 or 3 through the tables. That would make a little more sense. Picks the table up now, and shot to Benji's face. 19 seconds left here, ladies and gentlemen. He can't get the table down. Benji now trying to get the table. Mark won't let him have it. Spins around on him and hurricanes him down on top of the table, perhaps trying to put some splinters into him. That's the best that either man can hope for with 5 seconds remaining here. Oh, another shot to the face. Mark launches the table to one side, and this is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a table assault in the end from both men. A disappointing one. It says that Mark is the winner. I'm not so sure how the judges came to that verdict. Neither one really winning that one, and we'll of course see how that plays out in the coming weeks. And we have here, ladies and gentlemen, James the Cat, as we were told earlier in the day, James the Cat wanted to have a word with the BFG in the car park. And ladies and gentlemen, we've only just got the cameras there in time, because this one has spilled over, and the two of them now are going at one another. You can see the parking lines there, and oh, big clothesline there from James the Cat. We're not sure what the heated discussion was that they were having, perhaps over the KEW's Hardcore Championship. Down goes James the Cat as the BFG shoves him to the floor. Swift hit there from the BFG to the face. Oh, lifting James the Cat high and slamming him down. Of course, these two have been at each other's odds a little bit in the tag team last week. They had a little bit of pushing and shoving, and the BFG stormed out. Perhaps this is where this comes from as well, ladies and gentlemen. The James the Cat fed up with the BFG, fed up with his walking out on him. Didn't like it. The BFG said to him, I'm more successful on my own. I've won 2 hardcore championships. You've only won 1 KEW championship. I have won more gold and silverware than you have. I've been a double champion. You've never been a double champion. And now the big fella has a chair. He says, you want the hardcore belt? Come and take it off of me. Oh, big punch there from James the Cat as the BFG looked like he was heading towards the elevator. I'm not so sure why he was going over to the back part over here. And oh, there you go, the lift is open and ready for them. Can they make their way inside it, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not so sure where the lift leads. He keeps dinging away on the bell for it, though. James the Cat, though, battling his way out. Perhaps he doesn't want to get in the lift with the BFG. It is an enclosed space, and he is a big man. He probably will fill the lift. Perhaps he's hoping if he gets both of them in the lift, enough weight in there with the extra steel chair, it might create a weight hazard for the lift and might crash the lift down onto the basement floor of the KEW's arena here. Furious chair shots from James the Cat as well. Picks the BFG back up to his feet. Explosive right fist here. Oh, cuts him down from below as well. Now screaming in rage there. You can see the steel chair is warped, and you've got to fear for the BFG at this point. He's battling back over a few elbows to get James the Cat off of him. And oh, the low blow there. Down he goes. Down goes James the Cat. The BFG, of course, has that in his arsenal. Learnt it from dropping him on his face as well. Learned it from King Daddy, of course, and James the Cat has got to be feeling that one in his kidneys. And now look at this, the BFG is just dropping him on his face, trying to concuss the life out of him. Big walrus headbutt there from the BFG, and James the Cat has really had this one taken to him. He was the aggressor, it seemed. He came out with the first swing at the BFG, and the BFG is not happy with that. Picks him up now and goes after him again. Furious rights and lefts. Scoops him high, lifts him high into the sky here, ladies and gentlemen. Drops him on his face again. And James the Cat is taking an absolute pummeling here at the hands of the hardcore champion. Furious hits again from the BFG, clobbering him, getting him closer and closer to the elevator. Has him on the shoulder now and slams him down right by the doors. Can the BFG get him in the lift and crush him in the doors potentially? Has hold of him and launches him towards the wall onto the hard outcourse sides there. Goes for the shot. James the Cat blocks it at the last minute though. And now both men exchanging blows on the outside. Furious drop from James the Cat, and BFG went for one and was blocked at the last minute. Another hit there from the BFG is telling James the Cat to bring it if he can. Chops him across the chest, and another chop from the BFG. Both men exchanging blows here. Big chop there from the BFG. Catches that one from James the Cat. I thought he might have caught him in the face there as well. And oh, the big axe handle drives James the Cat down. And oh, the big splash there, trying to crush the ribs of James the Cat. He's down on the outside, and the BFG looks pumped and poised. Is he going to look to finish things off here? Oh no, James the Cat dodges out of the way. Furious hits here, and a stunner on the outside. Down goes the BFG. Not enough to knock the BFG out cold though here, ladies and gentlemen. And another kick to the guts. Oh, and a DDT on the outside. That one won't do you any favours though. The BFG now looking the worse for wear. James the Cat with a big shot there. Is he going to try and get the BFG in the lift here? Oh, the backbreaker there They're working dangerously close towards the lift here. Big shot from James the Cat. Has hold of him. Not the package pile driver on the outside. Oh, drives him into the floor by the back there. And now waiting, poised. Is he going to go for another stunner and stunner him into the lift? No, the BFG sees it coming. A big elbow there. He's not ready to be put into the lift just yet, ladies and gentlemen. Big shot to the spine here. And another one. He's battling his way back from the edge of the brink. Oh, and the big slam crushing the ribs of James the Cat. And that's enough. And both these men absolutely exhausted on the outside, down by the lift, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious me, what does this mean for the Tubby Moggies? I think it means the ends of them, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness me, we'll see how that plays out, and will James the Cat demand a hardcore championship match in the coming weeks? We'll have to wait and see. We do have a very special one for you now though, ladies and gentlemen. This one's been brewing for some time, and it is going to be the Shinigami taking on the Tanj. The Tanj, being the gracious KEW champion that he is, said to the Shinigami, I'll let you choose your own fate, how you want to lose the title, how you want to give up this opportunity. That'll be entirely up to you. The Shinigami, of course, demanded it would be inside the torture of the cell. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. You, of course, like the format of the 2 of 3 falls that we saw Mark and Benji locked in. Well, actually, we never got to see because it was a lost episode. This will be the first time for the KEW faithful at home to see this. Of course, was witnessed there, as were the live crowd. It was a classic. It was an epic. And both men got a little bit lost and a little bit stuck. And it went on for almost 45 minutes. We'll see if this one goes the distance as well, whether the two men venture out of the ring or not. The Shinigami ready and raring to go. They, of course, have been at each other for the last few weeks in the KEW. The Shinigami not happy that the Tanj has both the belt and the briefcase. Unable to challenge for the briefcase. The belt's the only thing he can take off him. And of course, we saw last week the Shinigami assaulted the Tanj in the backstage parking lot area. And the Tanj, look at this, bringing both to the ring, just showing them off now. The belt around his waist, the briefcase in his hands. He holds all the power in the KEW, and he knows it. He knows that even if he loses that belt, he can cash that briefcase in at a time and place of his choosing and take that belt straight back off the Shinigami. If the Shinigami was to win tonight, that is, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a big if. He's looked unstoppable since retaining the championship. And this will be a shock on the cards here, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say, if the Shinigami is able to pull off a victory here. We'll have to wait and see if the Shinigami's got enough in his locker. And of course, the cell adds an extra element of complication to this. An extra element of punishment. The 2 of 3 falls, of course. That makes it extra interesting as well. The match can ebb and flow, and you can see under that mask he's muttering something, perhaps a dark hex there, or perhaps he's just venting his frustration at that man. And you can see he looks, oh, he screams to the KEW fans. The auditorium packed here for this one. The KEW faithful are ready and waiting for that championship to be put on the line. There you can see the Shinigami looks over the belt and says, don't worry, that'll be coming home with me. The Tanj looks fired up, angry and ready here. He's not happy with being knocked out by the Shinigami just a week ago in the same backstage area that, of course, we saw the Tubby Moggies having an absolute brawling earlier. And we'll have to see here if he uses that aggression and vengeance to really put some punishment to the Shinigami, who's already got Tanj on the outside and is waiting patiently in the ring here. Perhaps an early bit of psychological warfare, allowing the Tanj to climb back to his feet. He's saying to him, you can get back in the ring anytime you want. Catches the Shinigami flush there, though. Not so sure it was the wisest move really from the Shinigami, having got the Tanj on the outside, not continuing to press the attack, but allowing his man to get back to his feet. Like I said, the psychological warfare that he was trying to play there might have slightly backfired on him here, as now the Tanj has taken a measure of early control with them stomping on the wrists here. Gets him down again, going after the wrists again. Perhaps he's learnt from the choke slam. He knows that that's his good choke slamming arm. If he can weaken the wrist on it, he might be able to weaken the grip of that choke slam, and that might be able to do him some favours in the future endeavours in this match. Again, targeting that wrist and going for it. I'll have to say this though, I don't think he's got the right wrist, ladies and gentlemen. I think he should be targeting the other one. And there you go, he's going after the right arm now. He is right-handed, the Shinigami, and it is his right that he does the choke slam with normally. So targeting the left arm's not really doing much of any sense particularly, but he might have done enough damage to the arm of the Shinigami that it'll prove a favour to him in this one. Coming up later here, ladies and gentlemen, he's out to the outside now as the Tanj follows the Shinigami out of the ring here. The issue we had last time, ladies and gentlemen, with this one, when it was Benji and Marcus, neither man could get each other off the top of the cage. There's multiple times where they got off the cage, they're on the outside of the ring, but they couldn't get around the Hell in the Cell here. So we're hoping we won't have the same issues, ladies and gentlemen. And we're hoping if this one does bust out of the cell that it is settled back in the ring and we don't have to intervene. Last time I had to intervene by dragging one of the computer players down into the ring so that it was at least able to finish the match off. And here we go, Tanj going for a reverse Boston Crab. Here is the Shinigami going to tap early doors. No, flicks him out of it. I thought that might have been a cheeky first one for the Tanj with a reverse Boston Crab as the Shinigami rests him on the ropes now, ladies and gentlemen. Off the ropes. Oh, going for the spine. He shots to the back of the Tanj. You'll know that that'll be the weakest part of the Tanj, surely, after chokeslamming him down onto the floor on the outside. Goes for the pinfall early doors. Now the Shinigami, first pinfall of the match, gets a 2 count there from the referee. The Shinigami back up to his feet now. Continuing his assault on the Tanj, a little stomp to the face and another one. It's been a slow-paced affair here from both men, you must say. It's not quite got the explosiveness that a Mark versus Benji match normally has, where the two of them explode out of the corner of the ring at one another. This one's much more slow-tempoed. Perhaps it's the heavyweight nature of these two wrestlers here, ladies and gentlemen, looking to inflict the damage. They know that in a 2 out of 3 falls match, it's not about who explodes out the fastest. It's all about who's got the stamina, who can go the distance here in this one, ladies and gentlemen. And a demonic kiss onto Tanj, almost out of nothing there. It's normally Tanj with the Tanj knockout, and Tanj is down and splayed out, and is the Shinigami going to look to put him away with a chokeslam here? There it is, the demonic chokeslam across the ring, hooks the leg as well. He's a bit close to the ropes. 1, 2. Just a 2 count though. Tanj gets a shoulder up, and I'm sure the Demon, look at this, you can see he would have thought that would have been a 3 count there, enough to at least get the ball rolling, and then maybe look to take him outside of the cage and do some damage here. And off the ropes he goes. Now the big backdrop. Oh no, Tanj gets the knees up right into the spine of the Shinigami, and a big clothesline drives the Shinigami down, and another one, and the Tanj now exploding into this one. Crossbody there, slams him down onto the ground. The side scoop there. Now the Shinigami up and whips Tanj into the ropes, lifts him high. Oh, big backdrop there, and the Shinigami goes back after the Tanj. Another cover. 1, 2, 3. He gets the first fall of the match here, ladies and gentlemen. That's 1 to the Shinigami. And after the early start from the Tanj, the Shinigami now looking to continue the attack and really press home his assault. Scoops the Shinigami up now, though. The Tanj trying to get a measure of revenge in this one. Oh, throws him over the top rope straight to the outside. The Tanj not afraid to mix it up here. Climbs down to the outside. We thought he let the Shinigami have too much time on the outside, but he's just rested him there on the outside. And the Shinigami, look, he tripped over with something there. And this was the issue last time, ladies and gentlemen. In a cell match, nobody seems to run very far when they're Irish whipped. They just go about 2 or 3 foot when the AI does it. Then they trip over. Oh, into the corner of the ring post now goes Tanj. Bounced off it by the Shinigami, but he's recovered swiftly. A big uppercut there. Goes straight back to work on the Shinigami. He knows now these KW titles. Oh, in danger. Into the edge of the cell goes the Shinigami here. And the Tanj, big punch to the face of the Shinigami. And goes after him again, but the Shinigami blocks it and sees it coming. Oh, almost drove him into the steps. Like he slipped just before he got there. A lucky, fortuitous slip, you'd have to say. Big headbutt there, driving him back close towards those steps again. The Shinigami trying to do the damage, and now, throws the Tange into the steps over the ring post. Neither man content with just finishing this one in the ring. It appears they're happy to do the damage on the outside, and the Tange is in a dangerous way here. He knows that if he concedes another fall here, then goodness gracious me, he's going to be in a world of bother. Big shot into the stairs again here, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be the next fall if the Shinigami gets it, then that'll be it. He'll be the new KEW champion. Into the stairs again goes the Tange. The Shinigami slow in trying to get back around to the Tange. Can he use this time for a bit of momentum? He looks groggy and woozy, and into the stairs he goes again. Goodness gracious me, this is just an assault now from the Shinigami. I said that Tange had done a lot to enrage him, and my goodness gracious me, he must have certainly done that, because the Shinigami is doing nothing other than taking Tange to the woodshed here. He doesn't appear to have any interest in going for a second pinfall, despite the fact he'd probably quite comfortably be able to pull off a second pinfall at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Another big clothesline there, not clothesline, uppercut, driving the Tange back to the edge of the cage. And into the cage goes the Tange now, bounced off it by the Shinigami. Another shot on the outside. Surely he's going to look to get him back in the ring soon. No, not happy with that. Slams him into the cage again, and the Tange woozy and stumbling around it, and now slammed into it again by the Shinigamis, just bouncing him off the outside like a orange basketball here. The Shinigami really enjoying the street fight that's basically enveloping the KEW Hardcore, not a KEW Hardcore, the KEW Championship now. And Tange makes the most of a little break there and gets back in the ring, but only for the Shinigami to continue the punishment here. Lifts him up and slams him down, and perhaps not the best move from Tange to take this one back in the ring. Goes for the cover for the KEW title. 1, 2, 3, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Tange wasn't really a factor in it. He chose the Shinigami in the cage, or he allowed the Shinigami to pick the cage, and the Shinigami has taken the KEW Championship. He should not have put the title on the line in that fashion, Tange. Surely he's got to learn from that. His arrogance knows no bounds. The Shinigami basically allowed to assault him in a street cage style, and he is the KEW champion once again, ladies and gentlemen. The Shinigami with his second championship now in the KEW, and we said last time he would take an absolute monster of a man to stop this demonic presence in the KEW. Who on earth can stand up to him and that KEW championship? As he storms away from the ring with it, takes a little casual look back, perhaps looking at Tange, who might need some hospital treatment after the assault in the ring he suffered there, ladies and gentlemen. But we have a new KEW Championship, a cracking evening's wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Join us again next time for more thrilling KEW action. Thank you and goodbye.